Hey everybody, this week's Torah portion is Parshas Pinchas, and in this week's Torah portion, the Torah starts off telling us about the heroic deed that Pinchas had done at the end of last week's Torah portion, when there was a very big catastrophe going on with the Jewish people. There were Jews who were getting involved in relationships with the Midianite women, and particularly one leader, the head of the tribe of Shimon, who had done a very egregious act, and Pinchas came and killed that leader, killed that person Zimri, the leader of Shimon. And when the Torah tells us about Pinchas, it describes him by not just calling him by his name and his father's name, which is totally normal in the Torah to do, to say so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, but it also tells us about the grandfather. It also tells us that he came from Aharon. Now, why do we need to know that he was Aaron's grandson? We already know the fact that if he's the son of Elazar, he's definitely the son of Aaron, who was Elazar's father. Why does the Torah have to focus us in on Aharon? And our rabbis tell us because Aharon was known as the epitome of love. Somebody who loved all fellow men and women. He was very involved with bringing marital harmony into everyone's life, and he was very involved in making sure people were at peace with each other. And everyone knew that that's what he was known for, making sure that everybody was happy and cared about each other. And one might think that what Pinchas did by killing somebody who was committing a crime would be the polar opposite of his grandfather's, doing exactly the opposite, not showing love and concern for his fellow Jew, but on the contrary, doing something very egregious, and therefore this is not a descendant of Aaron, this is not someone who's like his grandfather. But the Torah zooms in on this to tell us on the contrary. Love doesn't mean always doing something that the person wants. Love means doing something that's for the person's best. And sometimes the best thing for the person is to suffer a punishment because of something that they're doing wrong, or the best thing for the nation. And that too can stem from love. Love doesn't just come out in the form of doing what somebody appreciates and loves, but sometimes love comes in the form of something serious, as often that a parent has to do. An expression of love from a parent is sometimes a present, but it's also sometimes a punishment. And that's the lesson the Torah is zooming us in on by specifically listing him as the grandson of Aaron, to tell us that this too was stemmed from love. This was his love for his fellow man and his love for the entire Jewish nation, to show everybody that sometimes love means you have to take a difficult stance and have the courage to do what's right. On behalf of Makar, Shabbat